America is in trouble. In this first ever video from Investor AI, we discuss why our theory from the summer of 2023 is now starting to show in real life as 2024 gets worse and 2025 could be all hell breaking loose. We normally never make videos except for private clients, but we believe that everything we started to warn clients about in the summer of 2023 is now showing up in the global economy, and the United States is in the center of what is an unfolding disaster. We start with the Challenger report. If you didn't know, then Challenger Gray & Christmas is a well-known firm recognized for its data and reports on employment trends, including job cuts, hiring trends, and workplace issues. These reports are frequently cited in business media such as CNBC and Reuters for insights on US job market health, layoffs, and corporate restructuring activities. Their monthly job cut report, which tracks layoffs by industry, is a key data point for analysts, economists, and businesses looking to understand workforce trends. So what do they have to say? Here you can see it. Job cuts announced by US-based companies surge in August of 2024. Hiring falls to its lowest year to date since the Challenger began reporting in 2005. So yeah, it's worse than 2007-2008 global financial crisis. What they are saying is bad. It's really bad. I've left a link to this report below this video. So what's Challenger saying? Well, it's saying that US-based employers announced nearly 76,000 cuts in August of 2024. And that's a 193% increase from the nearly 26,000 cuts announced 1 month prior. This is important. It's showing that things are getting worse. Which sectors does this apply to the most? Well, tech has been one of the worst. The tech sector is moving from a growth and an innovation focus into one of profitability and efficiency. AI and automation adoption, they say, is also driving job cuts at tech companies. But I'm going to show you why that's not actually close to being true. The talent, however, it says, is still in high demand. Many of those professionals are going to land elsewhere inside and outside of the tech industry. Again, actually not tending to see that so much at the moment. But that big spike towards the end here, it seems to be getting worse. And they say the labour market overall is softening. But it's not just the tech sector. Schools nationwide, is reported to USA Today, with COVID-19 relief gone, teachers are losing their jobs. And it's a blow to diversity. Schools nationwide use most of their relief fund money to pay for classroom teachers and support staff. That's great stuff. And this is according to the US Department for Education. Districts across the country are now laying off recently hired educators, teaching assistants, counsellors, restorative justice coordinators, and other key staff at schools. That's bad. We need to educate our children for using the technology of tomorrow. We need good educated citizens in this country, or the US is going to lose out big time to other countries around the world. That relief money is gone, and instead of the deadwood being cut out, of which maybe quite a lot of that deadwood is being cut out, but they were now cutting into the good greenwood, which is getting rid of teachers. Another article, Arlington ISD cuts 275 positions. I'll leave a link to this news article below, but it's basically saying that this teacher knew her job as well as the others were funded as part of that federal pandemic relief funds. That was due to expire September 2024. We're now in September 2024. She started questioning the district about her future in the December 2023, and now she's got her answer. Harman's job in this case is just one of 275 other positions that are going to be ending with the loss of those COVID dollars. We can't afford to get rid of teachers. This is how bad the economy is getting. But it's not just teaching, it's not just tech. Entertainment and leisure companies have cut nearly 22,000 jobs in 2024. It's up 85% from the 11,700 cuts that were announced in August of 2023. You can see that in that link from the Challenger report that I've left in below this video. It's also companies in the industrial manufacturing space have also announced 17,800 cuts through August. So this is across the board, it's across the spectrum. And normally safe oil and gas exploration, and we wrote about this on the 10th of September. This is confirming our belief that the global economy continues to weaken. We have news released on the 10th of September 2024. Shell is cutting its workforce by a massive 20%. Those job cuts are expected to impact on the oil and gas exploration workforce, and it particularly affects the Houston area. Since Wael Sawan became CEO of Shell on January 1st, 2023, Shell has continued to focus on boosting the shareholder value. Great if you're a shareholder value, not so great if you're an employee. He's streamlining those operations, and that means getting rid of more people. The oil prices have dropped significantly. We warned about this in 2023. We said that oil is going to continue to drop in demand because the global economy is in a slowdown. Let's take a look at the job cuts across the board in 2024. PwC cutting 1,800 employees. Nike's $2 billion cost-cutting plan. Google laying off. Discord laying off. Citi cutting 20,000 jobs from its staff as part of a corporate overhaul. Twitch, owned by Amazon, cutting back. BlackRock, 3%. Rent the Runway, 10%. Unity Software, 25% of its workforce. eBay, 1,000 jobs. And in comparison, that's not doing quite so bad. The reason? People are looking for bargains. That's why some of these companies are going to do better than others. And eBay could well be one of those. Microsoft, 650 jobs. Salesforce, 700. Flexport, 15%. iRobot, not so bad, 350 employees. Not so bad unless you're one of those 350. UPS, 12,000 jobs. And this was something that we warned clients about in 2023, that those cuts in UPS would happen because people are cutting back on what they're buying and so what is being delivered. It's not just people, it's businesses as well. And UPS is getting hit by that. PayPal's CEO says company's going to lay off 9% of its workforce. PayPal, another clue. People aren't buying as much. Okta, 7%. Snapchat, Estee Lauder, 3,000 jobs. DocuSign, 6% of its workforce. Zoom, the one that was expanding significantly because of everybody working from home during COVID. Things have changed. Zoom's now slashing. Paramount Global, 800 employees, and that's even after a so-called record-breaking Super Bowl viewers. Morgan Stanley trimming from the wealth division. That's a strange one, because normally when you've got really wealthy people, you want to start expanding that side of the business. The wealthy are going to be affected by the middle class being affected by the economic slowdown. Okay, important. Expedia Group, 8% of its workforce. Sony, 900 workers. Bumble slashing 30%. Electronic Arts, not quite so bad at 5%. Big one, IBM cutting staff in marketing and communications. And they have actually just retreated from China. IBM has been in China since the 1930s. So that's significant. Chinese state-owned financial media outlet Yichai reported that IBM was closing its research operations in the country entirely. That's really, really important. A lot of companies are moving out of China. There's more of a story behind this. We're going to bring you more updates on that in the future. Amazon laying off hundreds in the cloud division, where another bit of evidence that's showing to us that things are not healthy, because as more businesses want to reduce costs, they want to move more of their infrastructure into the cloud. You should be seeing Amazon growing that business, but it's doing pretty good, but laying off hundreds more in its cloud division, it could be a sign that things aren't quite as going as well as they're making out. Apple, 700 employees. Tesla, we're not surprised because we told you to sell out of that at over $270. 10% of its workforce. Grand Theft Auto, its publisher Take-Two reducing staff count by 5%. Peloton reducing staff by 15%. These were going great during the COVID lockdowns. Everybody wanted a piece of Peloton. The CEO is stepping down as well. He knows things are not good. Indeed, cutting 1,000 workers. Everybody's looking for a job. Why is Indeed cutting workers? Walmart, that said things are going really well for them because they're actually having more wealthy clients move across to Walmart to save money. They're axing hundreds of jobs as well. Under Armour slashing an unspecified number. Lucid Motor cutting. Walgreens is in big trouble. That's planning lots of store closures. That's going to be an ongoing story. John Deere laying off 600 employees. Burberry. Intuit says because of AI development. In fact, if you look at lots of these stories, very few are actually saying it's because of their development in AI. AI is a distraction. Tinder parent Match Group plans to cut 6% of its jobs. Look up the stripper index. Believe it or not, sex work is a really, really good indicator of what the economy is really doing. That's giving us clues that this is nothing to do with AI. This is because the economy is in trouble. The big ones, Intel has made some massive cuts, thousands of jobs. Dell has done the same. Paramount Global, 15%. Stellantis is in big trouble. And this is a story that's going to get worse over time. Sonos, 6% of its workforce. Cisco, another round of layoffs. You'd think IT is doing so well, networking equipment would be doing really well. There would be more to this story for employment. This isn't the case at all. General Motors laying off 1,000 workers. Goldman Sachs cutting back. Not one I'm familiar with at all. Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop cutting 18% staff. It's a big cut though. Charles River Labs lays off 650 employees. That was a recent one. Basically, we are saying things are bad. This is turning out exactly the way that we thought it was going to be. Something is very, very, very wrong. Remember that Wall Street and Main Street are completely disconnected until Wall Street wakes up after the news. So beware. If you're in profit on those trades, keep it that way with close stop losses. Move more into cash. Warren Buffett is doing the same. If it's good for him, it should be good for you. Moving more into cash might not be a bad idea right now. As always, do your own research. Good luck, everyone.